Now, there's an obvious joke here up at the top. Look, who's yelling? Shut your f***ing pie hole. Go away. Go away. Go away. I'm talking. Off.
Performing the duties of his office.
Digby C. Caesar.
No.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. I am Digby, this is Agent Pendergast, and today we are back in GTA 5 where we're going to be looking at 10 jokes that are hiding in plain sight. Now, when they created this game, the devs went absolutely nuts on the jokes. I mean, you could probably see, there's a couple of them right behind me, like Tinkle and Fat Chips. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's really obvious, and I mean, let's be honest, most of it is all kind of, well, adult and or crude. But yeah, they occasionally went above and beyond, and they stuck a few really subtle jokes in there. So for the first one, we're going to actually be looking at the vending machine right behind me, and we're going to have a look at Rain spring water. So yeah, if we take a quick look at the Rain logo, we see an obvious joke right up here at the top where it says, you know, may contain acid and some dirt. But if you look down below, you will see there are a couple of phrases written in French. Now these are a bit more subtle. The first one is actually kind of nice, right above the, well, the dispenser part there. With, I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce it, I'll just print it on screen now. But yeah, if you translate that from the French, that actually says, water from the sky. And that sounds kind of sweet. But then if you look down at the bottom, and you translate this from the French, basically what it says is the sky is raining mud. Now I do know that's not the greatest joke you'll ever get in GTA 5, but I just love the subtlety of it. Moving on to number 9, I'm going to actually nominate, well, basically the boardwalk down here at the beach and out on the pier, pretty much half the shops that are on this, well, basically this stretch. Yeah, you've got some real gems like Coral Reefers, which is actually pretty humorous and would actually make a really good name for an actual store. Then we've got this one. This almost made the list. We've got the Pizza Coven, handcrafted pizza. And as you can see, we got pentagrams all over the place. But yeah, they went all in on this one. We've got made any which way you like, we're demons in the kitchen. We've got no burnt steak guaranteed, you know, burned at the stake. Try our Wiccan Mix starters. And then we have, check out our new Drinkinations, make us your daily ritual. I mean, that is so many witchcraft jokes in just this little tiny bit of space that it's absolutely amazing. Now let's go take a look at a few of the gems up on the pier. In the same spirit of the Witchcraft Pizza, we've got Hung, Drawn, and Quarters Video Arcade with a vast selection. Money prizes, bounty abound, and what's this one? Skill and Crossbones. Then we've got cream pie here. Now, cream pie is an extremely adult slang term. I'm not going to actually tell you what it means. If you've actually got a bit of an imagination, you can probably figure it out on your own. But if you do decide to go Google it, I wouldn't do it if your mom's around. Let's just put it that way. And make sure you Google the phrase and don't do an image search. Throwing all pretense of subtlety out the window, of course, we've got Bang a Beaver. I probably shouldn't have to explain that one to you. I'm not going to anyway, but it is also quite an adult joke. And finishing off the adult humor here on the pier, we've got the granddaddy of them all, Cherry Popper's ice cream. Yeah, welcome to the Cherry Popper. Always on top, and you'll always remember your first. And be nice now, I didn't say all of these were subtle. Now for number 8, we're actually back to a little bit more subtle humor. Yeah, we're doing the bait shop signs. Now, these actually appear in a few places around the map, but if you've never actually looked at them, we've got a couple of horror movie jokes and one adult joke all happening in this one spot. So first up, we've got the Psycho joke, Norman Bates, for the mother of all catches, which, I mean, I gotta admit, I absolutely love that one. But we've also got Need a Bigger Boat, Call Roy, which I assume is a nod to Roy Scheider from Jaws, who did the Bigger Boat line.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Which I gotta admit is actually freaking brilliant. And then down here we've got a bit of an adult joke. If you didn't know, tackle is actually a British slang expression for, well, basically male genitalia. They call it your wedding tackle. So yeah, get your tackle out means basically expose yourself. Now, number 7 on my list, I've decided to go with the Lost Pets signs. These are, well, basically all around the city in various places. You will see them in different combinations, and some of them are actually really funny. For example, 2 of the ones here, we've got a reward. My pet snake, Mr. Wiggles, has diamond pattern on his back, about 4 feet long, makes rattling noise, completely harmless. So yeah, that one's a rattlesnake, and then next to that we've got recompensa, reward. Lost dog / friend. Last seen in backyard answers to Brody. But if you look at the picture of Brody, Brody is a wolf. And yeah, then of course you've got like Anthony the turtle, who has a chest complaint and is very sensitive. You've got Growler the lost orange tabby with the injured leg. There's one that's basically a lost cock, which is of course a rooster joke. But yeah, these are pretty much all around the map, and some of them are absolutely hysterical. So number 6, as tempting as it is to go for the sheet yourself laundromat, yeah, we're going to go with Click Lovers, and it's all down to the logo. The mouse with the heart coming out of it doesn't take a lot of imagination to turn that a bit rude, and the way the Click Lovers logo is designed actually looks like it says something else entirely. So yeah, I think Click Lovers is kind of a good stepping stone into, well, basically all the rest of them except our number 1 joke, because from here on out, it's going to get pretty rude. So coming in at number 5 is going to be a double joke. Now, everyone who's ever played this game has been in a convenience store. I mean, it's almost kind of unavoidable, especially when you start. You pretty much have to rob them to get your first few bucks together. But if you've never actually looked in the ice cream case, here you will find that we have both the Childo, which is yet another one I'm not going to explain, and yeah, we've also got chocolate starfish. Now, chocolate starfish is a slang term and an anatomical reference. And yeah, it doesn't take a lot of imagination to figure out exactly what part of your body it's referring to. Now, number 4 on my list is going to be the Junk Energy logo, and it is probably the darkest joke on this list. Yeah, junk is basically a slang term for heroin, and if you look at the Junk logo, and there are a few different versions of it kicking around, but yeah, the inside of the U in Junk is always some sort of reference to heroin. In this case here, it's a heroin spoon, and I did get a screenshot of one of the billboard cans earlier where it was actually a heroin needle that was the interior of the U. So yeah, maybe think about it before you drink any Junk Energy drinks. Now for number 3, I'm not sure who on the development team actually had the idea, but this is one of the more subtle ones, and he's probably still to this day patting himself on the back for it. Yeah, down here by the pier, you will find the Pescado Rojo restaurant. Yeah, this is another one of the translation jokes, because if you actually translate Pescado Rojo from the Spanish, what you get is the phrase red snapper, and the picture of the fish is actually a picture of a red snapper fish. Now, a red snapper is actually also a very crude term for a very anatomically specific part of the female anatomy. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but again, if you actually Google it, definitely don't do an image search. Now, number 2 here is actually one of my personal favorites. I have actually watched a fair bit of YouTube content, and I have seen a lot of big-name YouTubers and guys with like 1.5 million subscribers come to this place because you can knock the orange off the top and drive it away in a truck, and not even once twig that this place is called the Big O. Now, given that the average player base of GTA 5 is basically young males from the age of 13 to, say, 15, 16-ish, none of those people are going to know what a Big O is. And in fact, quite a few regular guys that play GTA 5 probably don't know what a Big O is. But if you have spent a fair bit of time with female persons, by which I mean intimate time, yeah, you're going to know that the Big O is absolutely the holy grail. That's the finish line. That's the carrot on the end of the stick. That's the dream that you hope comes true. And yeah, I just love that somebody came up with the idea of having a Big O in GTA 5. That just absolutely kills me every time I drive by it. And now I think we're ready for number 1. And number 1 is, well, basically 3, well, crude jokes all in one go. And it is amazing how many people just completely miss it. And finally, coming in at number 1 is the granddaddy of all GTA 5 jokes. It's the one that a lot of people call Piswaser. Now yes, this actually does look like a letter B, and if I had a nickel for every GTA 5 content creator I have seen call this Piswaser, I would basically be rich. That does not say Piswaser. Yeah, the bit that looks like a B there is actually 2 letter S's. It is an Old English long S and a modern lowercase s. And yeah, the long S was actually the archaic way of writing what nowadays is basically a double S. And I will actually put a picture of a long S on screen now so you can see what it looked like. And I just took a screenshot of that, so I'm now going to isolate the long S from the lowercase s so you can see it as 2 S's. And yeah, that makes joke number 1 the fact that this beer is not called Piswaser, it's called Piswaser. And yeah, the second part of the joke is that Wasser is actually the German word for water. So if you translate Wasser from the German, the name of the beer is actually Pisswater. And then just to put the cherry on top, down at the bottom they took the name of the Rhine River that runs through Germany and they made it U-Rhine, which, as you could probably imagine, means urine. And I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but the English translation of Rhine is actually raging flow. So yeah, there's a lot of urine jokes in the Piswaser logo. And there we have it. There's 10 jokes that gave me a chuckle when I stumbled across them, all of which are hiding in plain sight in GTA 5. And yeah, there's a whole bunch that I missed, you know, not even on the honorable mention list. There was, in particular, one that's like a dentist's office that's called Dr. McCavity. And I couldn't find it again. I know I've seen it in the game, and yeah, I'm sure I'll stumble across it again, because I'm kind of now keeping my eyes open for, like, even more subtle jokes. So who knows, maybe we'll get another list someday. But yeah, that's going to do it for Agent Pendergast, and that's going to do it for me. As always, I have been Digby. I thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of GTA 5. I know it was a little bit different, but at least you don't have to be a GTA 5 player to appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you for the next one.
Yeah.